Once upon a time, in the lovely city of Benin, there lived two beautiful sisters named Osarugue and Esosa. They came from a very respected home. Their mother was a trader and they had no father. Osarugue would join her mother in the market to sell, while Esosa stayed at home, lazing around and gossiping with her friends. Osarugue tried several times to change her sister, but Esosa wanted to waste her time doing nothing. Osarugue did all she could to get a better life for her family. She provided everything they ever wanted. One day, a woman named Madame Iyobosa came to their house and told Osarugue's mother about a job opportunity abroad and how she would like to take Osarugue overseas for the job. Osarugue was so happy. At last, a high-paying job. Osarugue told Madame Iyobosa that she was interested in the offer. Her mother was skeptical at first, but later agreed for Osarugue to go, as the job would also help further her education. Esosa was so angry and jealous because she wanted to be the one to go with Madame Iyobosa. Not long after, it was time for Osarugue to travel overseas. She told Esosa to take care of their mother and also promised to send them money, especially for their mother's medication. Before she left with Madame Iyobosa, Osarugue's mother was happy that at last the family story was about to change. Esosa was still angry that it wasn't her who got to travel. Unknown to them, Madame Iyobosa was a human trafficker. She had taken Osarugue and some other girls to a far place in the northern part of the country to be trafficked. When Osarugue found out who Madame Iyobosa was, she tried to escape, but the entire place was guarded by people who worked for Madame Iyobosa. She realized that her freedom was gone. Madame Iyobosa made their lives so difficult. They would work day and night with little or no food to eat. Whenever Osarugue and the other girls wanted to speak with their families, they were constantly warned not to tell them where they were and what they were doing, or they would be killed. So Osarugue's family thought that she was doing well abroad and never knew the situation she was in. Osarugue worked day and night for Madame Iyobosa, but she would get pennies and sometimes nothing. Osarugue would gather everything and send it to her family through Madame Iyobosa, as that was the only option she had. She tried to escape with some other girls several times, but she never succeeded. Each time she was caught, Madame Iyobosa would order her boys to beat her, leaving her with bruises. This went on for a very long time. Whenever Osarugue spoke to her sister, she would tell her what to invest the money in. Esosa was the only friend and trusted ally since their mother passed. She was sending all her money to her to invest, and also some part for Esosa's upkeep. Osarugue did this so that whenever she managed to escape or walk free after the years Madame Iyobosa demanded, she would have something to start life with and not just to be left empty-handed. Osarugue worked for Madame Iyobosa for 10 good years before finally gaining her freedom. As soon as she got out, she contacted her sister Esosa. Esosa was shocked and unhappy at the same time. Osarugue asked for her address and Esosa began to act strange. She came up with one excuse after another, saying she was not in town at the moment. Osarugue waited for her sister for weeks until she was unable to take it any longer. One day, she decided to find her herself. She knew Esosa was in Benin as she was the one paying for her house rent. Osarugue asked about her for days until someone who knew Esosa showed her address. When she got to the address, it was a very big and beautiful mansion. Osarugue was surprised because the money she was sending to Esosa obviously could not rent that kind of house. Esosa started behaving strangely, trying to stop Osarugue from entering the house, but a man came out and interrupted her. He asked Esosa who Osarugue was, and Esosa told him that she was a distant cousin. Osarugue was shocked, but did not say anything to the man except greetings. Esosa asked Osarugue to meet her at a nearby restaurant later that day, and Osarugue left. Osarugue made some inquiries and discovered that the man was Esosa's husband, and they also had a child together. Osarugue was surprised because Esosa never told her about her new family. When Osarugue confronted Esosa and asked her why she denied her in front of her husband, Esosa insulted her, calling her a prostitute and a second-hand girl. She threatened to call the police to arrest Osarugue for disturbing her peace. Osarugue was stunned and hurt by Esosa's words. Despite this, she pressed on and asked her about their family, where she buried their mother, and also where she invested her money. Esosa told Osarugue that she invested the money in goods that sunk in the ocean, which was a terrible lie. Osarugue was shocked and she started to cry. She asked Esosa why she never told her, and Esosa said nothing. Osarugue started reflecting on everything, her experience with Madam Iyobosa, and also her wasted years. She asked Esosa to give her some money, as she was left with nothing. But Esosa told her that she had no money and her money was tied down in some businesses. Osarugue went into depression, and days later she attempted to take her life. However, someone saved her and also gave her shelter. When Esosa's husband saw Osarugue, he knew something was wrong and started asking about her. This went on for months until someone who knew them from childhood told him everything. He was shocked and decided to ask his wife Esosa again. Esosa told him that Osarugue was a distant cousin and no one important. Esosa's husband went to look for Osarugue and asked her everything that had happened. Osarugue told him everything. He helped launch an investigation on Madam Iyobosa and her cohorts, and they were brought to book. He also secretly gave Osarugue some money to start up a business, for he was a very kind and generous man. Esosa's husband later discovered that Esosa was more wicked than he thought. She had squandered Osarugue's money on numerous partners, which included married men. If she can do this to her own flesh and blood, who am I that she can't betray? He said to himself. He sent Esosa packing, for they were only married traditionally, and he also took their daughter with him. Esosa was left with nothing, as all the property were in his name. Not too long after, Esosa squandered the money that was with her, and she had no choice than to go into the streets and face the hard life, for there was no one to help her. The moral lesson of this story is, family should trust and support each other, and honesty is always better than deceit. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey. Remember, in life, trust in family bond is precious, Honesty prevails over deceit, and resilience conquers hardship. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales, and hit on the notification bell so you don't miss an update. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, stay strong and keep believing in the power of hope. Bye.